Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Crafting Journey with Rebecca. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is one of a few different things that I do on my channel. You're going to get a little bit of a buffet on my channel. I do crafts. I do primarily diamond painting, but on Wednesdays I do a live where I try other crafts. And right now I'm totally into loom knitting, and I am about to start a floss tube where I will be cross stitching. So today I'm just going to do a little whip and chat while I work on Love and Roses by Treasure Studios Arts. Ta-da! It's so gorgeous, this canvas. It is, I will link it in the description, but it is a signature canvas that was designed for the collab with myself and GB Maltese, the Valentine's collab. And you can get this if you use Love 15, you can get 15% off of this canvas or any canvas on the Treasure Studios Arts site. I can't talk. Is that any different than any other day, right? So I just thought, I have not done a whip and chat in a week or so. Last week was the 7-day challenge, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So my goal, I'm really squirreling out here. My goal here is to get as much of this canvas done as I can before the finale on the 29th of this collab. It's a huge canvas, so I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to work on it as much as I can between now and then. So you may see it once or twice. So what was I going to talk about? Oh, the 7-day challenge. So this is a challenge. I'm not sure how it actually came to be. Something that occurred during Jeremy's live, where Nana of 7 Crafts decided she would issue a challenge for people to upload 7 videos in 7 days. So I happened to see it, and I don't, you know me, I don't turn down a challenge. And what a week for me to try to do this challenge. Yeah, it probably wasn't the wisest decision I ever made, but I love a challenge. So I said, you know what? I am going to try it. Now, there were maybe about 10 of us that did the challenge, and I think everybody but one person completed the challenge. Now, if you go to Nana of 7 Crafts, she has the playlist on her channel, and you can watch all of the playbacks for the 7-day challenge. Now, I had to get very creative in order to get 7 videos out in 7 days. And of course, lives did not count. So I did 7 videos in 7 days and 2 lives. Yeah, it was a bit much. So some people went into this challenge thinking, okay, this is going to get me subscribers, which was probably not realistic. The best way to think of it would be that it was a great way to get experience. And even though I've been doing YouTube for about 7 months, I learned a lot, like how difficult it is to put out quality content. Sorry about bumping the camera, guys. Don't get dizzy. To put out quality content, you know, 7 videos in 7 days. It's very, very tough because I didn't want to just throw something up there. I wanted it to you know, I wanted it to have good content. I wanted it to have good editing. I wanted it to be something you would enjoy and not just, you know, kind of throw something up there for the sake of something, getting something uploaded. So, you know, and I think for, you know, some people are procrastinators, and I think it was helpful for a lot of people to do this challenge to know that, you know, hey, this is not something I should put off. I should, you know, I've got an idea. Let me go. Let me do it. Let me, you know, make it come to fruition. And I think that's what happened. I mean, school got in the way for some people. Life got in the way for other people. There's health issues. You know, myself, you know, you know, with the passing of my ex-husband, I've been staying here at my son's house. His internet is horrible, so I was going back and forth to do my uploads because it would just be impossible to upload anything here. And then, you know, to get my editing done and my thumbnails done and my intros done, and I mean, it's a lot of work. So I think what it taught us is that, you know, you need to make sure that you've got good content and that you're putting the time into it and that you're not just rushing to put things out there just to be uploading. You know, and just how much hard work it is. I mean, people that don't do this on a regular basis, I think learned just how much hard work it is. But we also learned how much support there is out there with our co-creators. You know, people that are willing to listen, to help you problem solve, to, you know, run issues by. I need a tissue. Hold, please. So all that being said, I actually ended up having fun doing it. I tried to make it fun. I brought out a few crafts that I had done before on my Craft With Me Wednesdays, some that I hadn't done, and just had a little fun with it. Unfortunately, I did not get to my mystery diamond painting this past week because, like I said, I am staying at my son's house. So, and by the time I had that 7th video uploaded, I was exhausted. So, yeah. So, and what I learned is I'm not going to be doing 7 uploads every week. Gosh, no. I'm happy. Oh my gosh, Tootsie is over there chewing up something. What do you got, girl? She's chewing up some kind of toy, which I'm going to have to go clean up, I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to get up another color here. And I probably just lost my train of thought, but that's okay. The train will come back onto the tracks. Oh, so I'm going to continue to do my 2 lives each week. But I do want to start uploading each week a floss tube with cross stitch, because I just remember how much I love cross stitch and want to bring it to you guys, bring it to you fresh, you know, right from the get-go. I'm going to do a video on what you need, you know, to start a cross stitch if you've never done one before. And then you can follow along with me each week. And if you have questions, you can ask your questions. I don't want to just jump into a floss tube assuming everyone knows how to cross stitch, because not everyone does. So I'm going to start from the point of view that you may not have ever cross stitched. And if you have cross stitched, then, you know, join in, and please feel free to add your commentary, because it's always helpful to get another point of view or another way of doing things. I have learned in my old age that there is more than one way to skin a cat. There's an idiom for you, GB Maltese. And by that I mean, there's not always one right way to do things. So it just is what works best for you. So if I suggest something during the floss tube and someone else suggests it a different way, oh my gosh, feel free to try it and see what works best for you. And I cross-stitched many years ago, and I'm going to talk about, what's changed between then and now. So it'll be a fun little thing that I upload each week. So that will be one upload. I will upload my mystery diamond painting WIP and chat. And then, maybe some unboxings, although, things are very slow to come out of China. And truth be told, I haven't ordered. I ordered something for someone else that I think over a week ago, and that finally got shipped out today, and that was Evermoment. And then I ordered a couple of those Bonnie Bell store that are supposed to be poured glue. Those have not shipped yet, and it's been over a week since I ordered them. So, things are slow. Now, I kept saying when I got my tax return, which I got today, and I paid off my retreat, I am going to the retreat. So I kept saying when I got that tax return, I want to buy a Die Moon Shop painting. So I was all excited. I get to work and I go to the Die Moon Shop website, and I'm looking, and I'm not finding anything I like. I mean, I don't know, it's all okay, but it's not anything I couldn't live without. So I guess I'm rethinking buying Die Moon Shop. I really want to try their canvases, but I'm just going to have to keep checking to see if they come out with something that blows me away. I cannot see that symbol. Okay, it is what I think it is. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to order from Treasure Studios, the rabbit, but I'm waiting for the rewards program, which I think should probably be any day. So once that rewards program goes live, I will be ordering the rabbit from the new artist. That's, the Alice in Wonderland rabbit. And guys, I am single placing these for the most part because it seems to cut down on a lot of the gapping, and it seems to be going a little bit better by doing the single placing. So today was the absolute scariest day I have had since I moved to Wichita. I woke up this morning and it had snowed quite a bit last night. And I had to be at work at 7:30. So, the trooper that I am, I get outside and I'm getting the snow off the car and scraping the windshield, warming up the car. And just that drive to work, I went super, super slow. There were cars, all over the side of the road having slid into each other. And I thought, wow, just let me get to work. Please let me get to work safely. I did, but it took me probably 30 minutes longer than it normally does take me to get to work. Because there was no way I was going to go slip sliding on that skating rink they called a highway this morning. Yeah, so I got to work safely, thank God. And then during the day at work, Most of the snow, at least the snow on the highway, melted. Now there's still quite a bit of snow on the ground, and when I got home I had to put some salt on the back steps so the dogs could get down the steps to go into the backyard, because it was pretty, I took one step down and it was just ice, and I said, oh no, I'm not even going down these steps. So because I like to go down there with the dogs, but nope, nope, nope. I could just see, you know, my feet flying out from under me and me landing on these stairs and falling and can't get up and nobody to come to my rescue. I'd be waving down neighbors and cars. I don't know. I just took one step and that was it. I backed up and said, nope, no more, no more. Then yesterday and today, oh my God, and I know it was the weather, but my knees were absolutely killing me. Oh, today it was so painful, I was crying. I just, you know, I called the doctor and he called in a prescription for Ultram, which actually does work. It eases the pain up. It doesn't take the pain away totally, but it eases it up because, man, I couldn't even, every time I got up to walk, my knees would crack, and it was like just somebody taking a hammer and just hammering my knees. You know what, guys? It sucks getting old. I'm not lying. Some of you can relate. So after my live last night, I was so totally into the loom knitting. I came back to my son's house, listened to the rest of the Crafty Heifer live, and just sat on the couch and listened to my Audible book and loom knitted, and just was, you know, it's so relaxing. It really, really is. Oh, I skipped a part. I did diamond paint for a little while. I just want to get this thing done. I'm enjoying the pinks, I really am, but so I've been, you know, passing it up to do loom knitting and stuff, so I'm working on it as much as I can. But, you know, life is a balance. You know, tonight I'm going to work on this for a little bit, maybe till after dinner, and then probably do the same thing. I'll put on an Audible book, or maybe I'll watch Survivor. I haven't seen the Survivor for this week, and no, I'm not going to do any spoilers. And then I'll do some loom knitting. And I'm also trying to, and this is a funny word, bobbinate my cross stitch. I bought all this cross stitch thread. If you follow me on Instagram, you see all of the cross stitch thread that I purchased at Michael's for a cross stitch project. So I have been transferring that thread onto bobbins to put into a box, and, you know, an organization box. I don't know if that's what you call it, but I want to keep it all in one box. You know, once upon a time, you know, when I cross-stitched a lot before, I had tons of that stuff, boxes and boxes of thread. And God, I wish I had that now. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, it's sad that, you know, I picture that maybe I left it in some kind of storage locker and somebody bid on it on the storage locker, and when they opened it, they went, oh, wow, and they were just so thrilled to get all that thread. And cross stitches, stuff that, you know, things that I had started and not finished, because, you know, I'm the queen of starting things and not finishing. Yeah, that's kind of my MO. I'm trying to change that MO. But so there were some projects that I had almost completed that were still in there, and I was disappointed to have lost all of that. But, you know, c'est la vie, we start over. So that's, you know, so I've also been bobbinating, in the evenings. So I keep myself fairly busy between the crocheting, doing the crochet along. I'm still on row 4, just starting row 4, so I'm a lot behind. But that may be something I work on this weekend when I'm home in my house and I can catch up on some television that I have recorded on my DVR at home. Oh, somebody's growling. Who's growling? How cool is this rose that I'm working on? It is a rose. I can't wait to see this finished product. All of these pinks are amazing. Now I thought about, I saw that GB Maltese added sparklers to her canvas, and I thought about where I might be able to do something like that, but I just think this canvas is so beautiful just the way it is with all the sparkly pinks, and I just couldn't decide where I would do that. So I'll probably add some sparklers to a different canvas one day. So it is almost time to feed the dogs. That's probably why I'm hearing rustling around. The dogs are getting restless. The natives are getting restless. So today I had, I have therapy once a month. I believe in, being able to have a safe place to talk other than YouTube. So I had my therapy today and I was able to, talk about everything that's gone on for the last month with the death of my ex-husband and my grandson with the drugs and I was on such a good path after my last therapy session with ideas of how to stop overeating, and I was on, for like 1 week I did great, and then all of this kind of snowballed, and my drug of choice is food, and that's what I did. I went to my drug of choice, mainly sugar. So yeah, I went to the sugar, and so things are kind of, they're not back to normal yet, but they're getting there, and I have a plan in place now that I've been to the therapist today, going forward on some healthy snacks and some ways to get back on track, get back to where I was before all of this tragedy of the last month went down, because I need to get some of this weight off. I have never been this heavy in my entire life. I've never been this heavy. And I think part of it is, the knees and not being able to be as active as I would like to be. But, between you and me, that's just an excuse. I know it. Oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Sorry. It's just an excuse. It's, I overeat. I'm not going to lie. Yes, I could be more active, but it's just, I crave the sugar, and I will, it's horrible. It is like a drug. I crave it. And if I have one thing, then I have to have another thing. And then while I'm eating that thing, I'm planning, what thing am I going to eat next? And it's a horrible, horrible rabbit hole to go down. So I just have to have a plan and stick to it. And, it's not like it's not like alcohol or cocaine where you can just, where you can give it up. You got to eat to live. But I don't need all of that chocolate and sugar and crap to live. I can live on healthy things, and that's what I need to focus on. God knows I love chocolate and I would miss it like crazy. And I probably shouldn't deprive myself. I should probably have it once in a while. But my fear is that if I have one piece of chocolate, then I will want another piece of chocolate. And then I'll say, well, I'll just have 3 or 4, tonight. And then I won't do it tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night comes and there's still 3 or 4 pieces left or whatever. I'm just being, not using any specific example, but, and then, before you know it, a week has gone by and you've had chocolate every night. So if you guys can relate to that, leave a comment and how you cope with that. What are your strategies for cutting out the sugar and the overeating? I am willing to listen to all the strategies. One thing the therapist said to me was, do you meal plan? Oh God, no, I don't meal plan. Now, should I? Yeah, I should. Is that a great idea? It is. So that's something I've got to give some thought to, because I just go to my Walmart pickup app and I click on whatever I bought the prior week, and then I go pick it up and bring it home. That's not really meal planning. Yeah. So, that's something I need to do, meal plan. I don't start thinking about dinner until, after I've had lunch, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, what am I going to have for dinner? I shouldn't do that. I should plan it ahead of time. Kind of like, I plan my crafts. I should plan my dinners. I have a calendar where I write down like what crafts I do on what days and what my plans are for my lives. So I should probably use that same calendar to plan meals. Or maybe I'll get a second calendar for the meal planning. It's hard when you live by yourself because you don't want to cook all the time. And then when you do cook, you've got leftovers for days, because I don't know how to cook for just one person. And it just seems like so much effort that if you're going to go through the effort, then you should have leftovers so you don't have to cook again, and you could just heat up whatever it was you cooked. So those are the things I have to think about. And there was a time when, like, on Sundays, I would make meals and then I would freeze them for the week. I could do something like that. That would work, I think. And then I've got to stop, like, buying lunch at work, because it's usually not healthy. It's yeah. At work, they have these homemade potato chips. Oh, they're to die for. So I just have to stay away from that counter that sells the homemade potato chips. And then they bake these fresh homemade cookies every single day. Fresh peanut butter cookies, fresh chocolate chip cookies. I just need to, like, bring my lunch and stay out of the cafeteria because it's dangerous. It really, really is. And like when you get there in the morning, you can smell the cookies baking. Oh man, it's ridiculous. And they're huge. Like their peanut butter cookie is what, bigger than this rose here. I mean, it's probably, yeah, it's probably that big. It's huge. So I have had my fair share of those. I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I'm about ready to switch colors. We're at 30 minutes. So guys, thanks for coming on this journey with me. Thanks for letting me bend your ear. I hope you enjoyed listening. Like I said, I always appreciate your commentary. Leave some comments below. I will respond. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.